NASCAR.
Yeah.
Racing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Michael and I know a lot about NASCAR.
What are you talking about?
Well, we do research, we do study, we learn. I do. I watch Indy 500 usually every year. I used to watch it with my parents every year. I used to live in Indianapolis. I've been to the Indy 500, fun racing event. Talk about NASCAR, even though Indy and NASCAR are different. I'm going to talk about Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Yes.
Talking about zombies.
Yeah.
In an impromptu Twitter interview. Would you talk about that interview a little bit,
Yeah,
Michael?
it's funny. So it was just a little random like Twitter Q&A he was having with fans, and someone asked him about like surviving a zombie apocalypse, and he basically said he'd go to Key West, blow up that, or TNT, that 7-mile bridge, and just party. You know, and that's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anybody, all you out there at the stream.tv, we have an after show for The Walking Dead. That show is kind of depressing. That's not, I mean, Rick and all those people out there, they're struggling. The zombies, it's not a world you want to live in.
There's no partying.
I'm with Dale Earnhardt Jr. I agree with him. I wouldn't mind going out to Key West. If I'm going to go out, I'd rather just go out partying. I'm not going to go out getting torn apart by zombies.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, my goodness. That's
find yourself a nice island and just live out the rest of your days.
The rest of Dale Earnhardt Jr. I like Dale Earnhardt Jr. I'm going to start paying more attention to him on the NASCAR. Hope he's doing well in the points. We'll talk about our preference. For as limited knowledge we have on the subject about NASCAR versus Indy versus Formula One racing. If you were going to sit down, if you wanted to go to a venue, what would you prefer? Would you like to go to Europe and watch some Formula Ones? Let's say in Indy, maybe go to Indy 500, or maybe go to, we just had a race out here for NASCAR in Fontana.
I'd have to go Formula One, man. I want to go overseas. I want to go to some of those beautiful locales, those exotic locales where they race. Those guys are married to like beautiful models.
All the Formula One guys they're all supermodels. Like every time we see a girl, it's a supermodel. I'm like, where do you get these girls? Like, where do they come from? Like, I mean, we talk about all of our sports. We got football and basketball. Man, Formula One is where it's at. Every time we look at the Forbes top sports winners, there's always one or two Formula One races. Those guys are making bank.
Yeah.
They're making bank. They're getting paid.
Money. Those cars are so expensive. We were just talking about that. It's like roughly, what was it, like 500 million?
That's not unheard of for a budget. Indy cars, doing our research here, Indy cars are a little more, they go on oval tracks. You watch the Indy 500, so some of their top speeds seem higher. But when you look at Formula One racing, their aerodynamics are different. They're doing more twists and turns. Ron Howard made a film recently called Rush with Thor. Chris Hemsworth himself. Thor was in it, doing his thing, racing. And that, if you want to know more about Formula One racing, check out that movie, Rush by Ron Howard. It's pretty good. So the possibility, though, about this sport is Formula One may have a race in 2017 coming to Austin, Texas, I believe.
Yeah.
So perhaps if Formula One comes to Austin, Texas, more Americans will pay attention, because right now it's kind of like one of those things like out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Much like you and I both are huge soccer fans.
Yeah.
British Premier League isn't thought of much, but now that MLS is here, now that America did well in the World Cup,
some of those
soccer's getting a little
players
more
are coming
attention.
over to the MLS. Yeah.
More attention. So hopefully we'll get some more respect.